Well, the Browns offense scores even fewer points, if that was possible. They're worse, this offense. Should Kevin Stefanski be fired now? Who's to blame again? We got to get ready for Miami, and there are, of course, more injuries in fantasy football, and we'll go under the wire. Let's get to the show.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Andy McNamara, the sickest Cleveland Browns podcast.
Chubb runs, he's to the 10, 15, he's to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. There goes Chubb, he's to the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Shabba-lubba hub.
It's gonna be sick.
Hey everybody, Andy McNamara with you after another Browns loss. Yeah, and it's not looking great. Could Kevin Stefanski be the next head coach fired after Brian Callahan got the boot out of Tennessee? Make sure you're clicking subscribe, notifications on, jump in the chat, follow us on X at SickPodBrowns, at AndyMC81. By the way, that's where you can get your fantasy football questions in and Browns comments in. Use hashtag AskAndy on Instagram and TikTok as well, at AndyMC Sports. My buddy Jamie Thomas works for the Winnipeg Jets in the NHL, but is a massive Miami Dolphins fan and quite the fantasy football stud himself, amateur football scout also. He'll be joining me in a few minutes' time. We'll get under the wire, waiver wire pickups with, again, and more injuries, man. Just keeps gut punching you. We'll see what we can do as more buys loom, and Buy-Mageddon looms a couple weeks down the road as well. How do we prep for that? We'll get to it. But guys, this Browns offense is historically bad. With Joe Flacco, it was at 14.6. Now, after 2 games with Dylan Gabriel, it's 13.6. It got worse. You are averaging less than 2 touchdowns a game in the National Football League. Insane. I feel like I've been doing the same show for 2 years where it's just the same crap. Definition of insanity. Doing the same thing and hope for a different result. Well, that's what this analytics group and Kevin Stefanski's doing with that play calling. Now, I know the offensive tackles are garbage. We're on our 3rd string guys, Cam Robinson. I don't know what they're doing. But that's what you get paid millions of dollars to figure out. Maybe you do what, I don't know, the Pittsburgh Steelers did to help keep Aaron Rodgers upright. You put an extra lineman in, a bigger body. Aaron Rodgers was clean. He was cooking. No problem. No sweat. You left single coverage on TJ Watt. And in the Lions game on Aiden Hutchinson. Nothing is being learned. That is what is so infuriating. The offense is unwatchable. In case you forgot, the NFL is supposed to technically be an entertainment product, right? Anyone have fun watching that game? 9 points? Huh? You know what? I want to put a bow on this one as quick as possible with the Steelers beating the Browns again in Pittsburgh. Let's get to the Doghouse and Dog Bones. All right. There are few dog bones, lots of doghouse. So let's go with the dog bones. Okay? Dog bone. Hey, how about we give a little love to the kicker? Andre Schmidt. The only actual points that were put up in the game. Okay? Andre Schmidt, 3 for 3 long at 53. Great. Andre Schmidt, dog bone. Anyone else? Anyone else clamoring? Maybe Devin Bush? I'll give one to Devin Bush. Okay? Former Steeler. Great game. 7 solo tackles, 9 total, 2 tackles for loss. Nice game. Where was Myles Garrett? Well, the Steelers schemed very well to stop Myles Garrett and apparently that whole line, as the Browns as a team had 0 sacks. None. No sacks for the supposed ferocious defense. No sacks. Incredible. And I know Aaron Rodgers has the quickest release going. You got to scheme better. TJ Watt outplayed Myles Garrett. Unacceptable. That's the word of the day. Unacceptable. But the defense, again, hung around, kept the Steelers to 23 points. In the National Football League, the worst teams can still get 24 points. This team, it is an impossibility. An impossibility to get to that mark. The Browns have been atrocious. You have not scored 20 or more points since last November. It's embarrassing. It's boring to watch. And it is infuriating. Myles Garrett, you had 2 tackles. Doghouse. Wide receivers. Isaiah Bond got hit in the head because he didn't look around at Dylan Gabriel. Is that wrong route by Bond? Wrong play by Gabriel? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. He got boinked in the head, looked like an idiot. Jerry Jeudy cannot catch the football now. Why? Great last year. Why? Shows again, just like I said in a previous episode a couple of weeks ago, that this was not Joe Flacco's fault. I was proven right because the offense got worse. It got worse. Jerry Jeudy, doghouse. Harold Fannin Jr., 7 catches, 81 yards. Could have had a couple more. You know what? You're just out on the lawn. All right? You're no bone, but you can hang out. Quinshon Judkins, he's not in the doghouse. You know why? Because Kevin Stefanski's taking up all the room in the doghouse. You don't run. 12 carries, 36 yards, and you run straight ahead. Why? Get down and dirty like the stupid squealers do. And that Pittsburgh team is as filthy as it's ever been, always dirty, always rotten, and just like always, the Browns get bullied. The Browns get pushed around and made to look like little punks. No one fights back. It goes back to Colt McCoy. Remember that bum Jerome Harrison? And by bum, I mean, dirty player. He's a heck of a ball player. Almost decapitated him. No one did anything. No one did anything here. Dirty plays. Nope. Doesn't matter. And the Steelers are the softest, weakest 4-1 team I've seen in a long time. Good for you, Pittsburgh. You go and get eliminated in the first round of the playoffs again. You know what, though? That's farther than we're getting. You are 1-5. And now the, quote, easy schedule portion is coming up with the Dolphins up. Do we think this team can score enough points to win a game the rest of the way, folks? We're down to 9. We're down to 9. The defense is going to have to pitch shutouts, and they're quitting. You hear Myles Garrett after the game? Must be nice to have a pass rush with a lead. They're quitting on you. And it comes back to Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry for not preparing this team properly. Kevin Stefanski's game plan is the worst. And it all starts up above. And again, it feels like I've been doing the same show for 2 freaking years, if not more. Paul D. Podesta, the snake oil salesman, the grifter. Somehow sitting in La Jolla, California, doesn't have to come into work, making a ton of cash and pulling all the puppet strings as far as the Chiefs' strategy. 10 years! A decade of Paul D. Podesta, the loser from Moneyball. It still blows my mind. You make a movie about losers. Oakland A's didn't win squat. Hey, let's make a movie about every average team that put some numbers in. And oh boy, if only we had a bit more money. They win squat. He's a failure. We should all hope to be as great of a failure as Paul D. Podesta and be that rich. 10 years in this strategy is garbage. Shame on you, Jimmy Haslam. But now the stadium situation is cleared, in case you didn't hear. Browns are going to pay $100 million as a favor to the city of Cleveland to settle it up. No more lawsuits to anybody. To demolish the stadium and fill in the hole and help develop the waterfront. I think that'll be great. Hopefully they do a nice job with it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, this team. And nothing is going to change. Because we can say fire Kevin Stefanski. At this point, I think you have to. You can say fire Andrew Berry. And I think you have one good draft-ish. Still many miscues. 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs. Why? Offensive line in tatters. And, oh, yeah, and you can't draft the quarterback. Your quarterback. I was watching Fernando Mendoza on the weekend. 6'5", 220. Sensational for Indiana. Dante Moore, not a great game. Still not bad. Still not off my radar. The Browns have the first overall pick. We just got to look for the shortest quarterback because that's who they'll take. DTR, Gabriel. It's ridiculous. I have zero confidence that this team this front office currently will get it right. And if you fire those guys and it's not DePodesta, you'll just get more analytics. Yes, man. Analytics, this formula that this team's done has failed miserably. It's over a decade. It's over. It's a decade. It's done. Yet they keep doing it. Maybe Haslam will finally turn his attention from the stadium and lawsuits to the football team and wake up and realize you got to change the strategy from the very top. All right, let's bring in my guy. Moving to Dolphins week. Jamie Thomas, analyst for the Winnipeg Jets, big-time Dolphins fan, fantasy football expert as well. I said earlier, Jamie, an amateur scout, took a scouting course as well. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm in my amateur studio right now, as you can see. So,
we need a car sponsor.
Well, I know. I'm right over to we have this, like, Andy, we have this pregame show. It's called The Check-In. And Sarah Lesky, who formerly of TSN, works with me on it. And it is unbelievable. They can't sell it. I do not understand all this stuff. Like, we've been doing it for 2 years. I've had a podcast for like 4 or 5 years. Can't sell it. So I don't understand. Like, I've never understood. I guess I've never been a salesperson in this business or whatever. So it blows me away. And I'm happy for you. You got DraftKings on board, and that's really cool. So, and you're welcome, DraftKings, for just saying your name there for nothing. If DraftKings, you want to sponsor the Check-In pregame show, just let me know.
Come on.
Get back to
Jamie, I'll tell you this. The media sales, and there's some good guys in it, but for TSN and Sportsnet, the media sales industry to a man in sports is useless. I was the top selling sponsor guy. Remember Domino's? Remember my Domino's stuff for you?
Yeah.
8 years. That, right? I was the top salesman for the TSN radio. Useless. So I'm not surprised that the sports salespeople aren't doing squat for you. Unfortunately, I'll keep my eyes open for you, buddy.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I understand that. I understand like the digital scene is a little different and stuff like that. But anyways,
get to work.
I digress. People. I felt like you were complaining, so I had to complain about something.
You got plenty to complain about with your Dolphins.
Yeah, like seriously. I'm a lot like you, because obviously I've come on your show many times ahead of Dolphins Browns, and I'm kind of like in that place now. I'm sure you're like, after every game they play, you're like, man, I got this to complain about. What about this guy? What about this guy? I'll say this: it is very hard to win when your offensive line is as beat up as the Dolphins is.
Yeah,
I know people want to tear apart Tua right now. But it's just such an easy target. And Mike McDaniels, easy target. Chris Greer, easy target. It's the whole idea of like just blowing it all up all the time, to me, doesn't work. There's got to be some line in the sand where you're like, okay, where's the issue? Should we really look at this and go, okay, are our problems because our offensive line is beat up and we can't keep them healthy, therefore we can't protect the guy that we've invested this much money in? That to me is the bigger issue. And I'm not saying like we have to be realistic here. And I think, you look at a team like the Giants, they got Jackson Dart, but I don't understand where a team like the Giants goes out and gets Malik Neighbors, but they don't have a quarterback and they don't have an offensive line. So to me, all this stuff that happens, you're like, okay, we got to drop the best player available. Well, who can get your guy the ball if they can't protect the quarterback? And if you don't have the quarterback, like that, this whole idea of building a team around a star player or a quarterback, but the quarterback can't throw the football because there's no offensive line in front of him. Build the offensive line, for God's sake, and then bring in your quarterback, and then bring in your skill players. You can't just everyone's talking about the development of the quarterbacks. Like, I feel so bad for Arch Manning, but that system that they have in Texas, like the offensive line is terrible there too. So all of a sudden Arch Manning's a bust. Like, come on. Like, he's
going back to school. He has to.
Buddy, it's unbelievable that there's this many people south of the border that play football, cover football, are like executives in football, and they can't figure this out. Like, I feel bad. Like, I used to feel bad for the Buffalo Bills, and I used to feel bad for, I would still feel bad for the Cincinnati Bengals, but you can't feel bad for ineptitude for so long where it all goes to the top, but the owners of these teams don't care because they still make money.
Yeah. And before a ticket is sold now with the TV rights, Jamie.
Yeah, I know. It's 60. I think I saw 67% of the revenue in the NFL comes from television. and as it should, because drama every week in football is
Sure.
second to none. But where there's no urgency for them to do anything, because I got a buddy that's a season ticket holder in Miami. He's like, I can't wait to tell them to screw off. But by the time your renewal comes up, I think you've cooled off. I've never had the money to buy season tickets, but you've cooled off enough where you're like, okay, they've done enough. I feel good about this.
Yeah, maybe this year, maybe in the draft, it's this guy,
because we love them so much.
Yes.
That you just want to believe, and it must. And I feel bad for Browns fans. I know you. Brendan Dunlap's a great friend of mine. A lot of guys I worked at Sports Network, Browns fans. Like you love these teams so much that you just want to believe that eventually the corner is going to turn. And we complain every week about this and that. But until there's not $8 trillion coming in from television, it's not going to change, because just where is the urgency to go, okay, I have to do something or the fans are going to turn on me. But there's just too many fans that love them too much to give away their tickets, or there'll always be somebody else to take the tickets. And I'm not
resale.
We're not, you and I are not going to go, like my wife tells me all the time, how come you keep cheering for this team? Like, I just can't stop cheering for them. I've invested my pretty much since I was 12 years old in the Miami Dolphins, and I can't sit there and go, I'm going to switch teams.
No,
I can't, buddy.
Can't do it.
Like, look at all the stuff you have in the background. Look,
I have no clothes outside of the Brown stuff. I have no shirts. What? I'd be topless on here.
Would you not feel weird going to somebody? I hate them. I'm not cheering for them anymore. I'm cheering for the Packers. Like, it just, as a grown man, it doesn't make any sense.
No,
so we will continue to complain, and the only thing that kind of puts the pain aside is fantasy football. That's like, my kids are even like, Dad, aren't you too old for this? But I'm like, shut up. It's all I have.
Quiet you. That's right.
Yeah, I won 3 fantasy football games yesterday, and I feel great about it.
It's that relief. It's that we get something. Like, Jamie, you mentioned the offensive line. Browns are in tatters. Both offensive tackles are down. They're down to, like, I don't even know, the guys off the street, third string. It's terrible. Yeah. And that's why a 5'9" Hawaiian Dylan Gabriel isn't going to do better than 6'6" Joe Flacco in the pocket, because he can't see over it, and then he gets squished like a bug. By the Pittsburgh deep. How is this Miami front line? Should Browns fans, is it ferocious? Can they get to the quarterback?
No. Like,
that's good news.
Well, here's the thing. Like, every team can run on the Dolphins. Like, it's not even fair. And like, they're all beat up in the secondary too. So sometimes we have to, as fans, look at the injured report and go, okay, this is why we were so bad.
Right.
Like, until you can feel, and I know fans are like, you're crazy. But just look and go, is this realistic of me to sit there and think that we have a chance every week when I don't have an offensive line and I don't have anybody that can stop running the football, or I don't have anybody in the secondary that can cover their number one receiver? So I would love to tell you that this is going to be a fun game this weekend, because it's just 2 really bad football teams that are beat up. But I don't know how. I can tell you this is where the Browns are going to attack the Dolphins, and they should run the football down their throats, because there's just they have not shown that. Look at Rico Dowdle, man. Like, it's Rico Dowdle's season right now.
Wild.
And it's amazing how this thing changes. But the Browns, who used to be run the football as good as anybody, that's what they're going to have to do. The offensive line. So you talked about Myles Garrett not doing much against the Steelers. Well, I think they'll have a lot of fun this weekend too. So who knows?
He needs it.
Yeah, and listen, I know it's hard for when he doesn't produce, but my God, is he as talented as they get? And you don't, like, remember how close the Browns came to losing him. Those guys don't grow on trees, man. Like, if you want something,
look at Dallas and Micah Parsons.
Right. And here's the thing with Dallas. I don't blame them. I don't blame Jerry Jones. He's like, my defense is so bad. Why am I going to pay this guy this much money to get to the quarterback whatever amount of times? Still not going to save us. So I understand that one a little bit, as crazy as it sounds. But now Dallas has, 3 picks? They have 2 picks in the first round for the next 2 years. So, like, you're not going to find a replacement, but still you might be able to get an offensive line. Like, you can reload. So it's not the Herschel Walker trade by any stretch of the imagination, but there is some process and thought into it that you're like, okay, we're bad, and he's not going to help us at all in that aspect, except for maybe the odd occasional game where he gets 2 or 3 sacks. That's why I wouldn't have paid him and let him walk and get the return that you did.
Right.
That's just me. But buddy,
Yeah.
we're lost in our divisions. The New England Patriots are first right now in the AFC East, which just makes you want to throw up. Like
I hate that.
You thought they were so far done, and Tom Brady leaves, and if you're a Dolphins fan, oh my God! But then there's Josh Allen.
There he is.
Buffalo may not have a win against a decent team right now, but they're still 4-2, and they're still in first place in the division. Tua is a lot better than people are giving him credit for. And yesterday, when he said what he said, Sunday, it's all going by in a blur right now.
Yeah.
I don't mind him criticizing players as much as the former players can't stand it. Because if you're not coming to meetings, you should be called out.
Yes.
I don't care. I don't
You're not
care
taking it seriously.
I don't care if it's not something you should do. People are not doing their jobs.
Yeah.
So
I don't be held accountable if you don't call them out.
Yeah. Right. Who else if it's not changing, obviously he's saying these things because it's driving him crazy. Mm-hmm. So screw the code. I don't care what you say if you're a former player or not. Somebody's not doing their jobs. Coaching staff is not doing anything about it. So if you're the leader of the football team as the quarterback is, I don't care. Call these people out. At least he didn't name them. They know who they are.
Yeah.
So either get to the meetings, do what you're supposed to do. And I love how I can't even remember the player who was a Dolphin for 5 days. He's like, Tua was late to one meeting. Get lost.
Yeah, get out of here, pal.
He is the leader of the football team, whether or not you like it. But obviously something's not working. So I would call people out all the time. There's something wrong there. And clearly the coach, if there's anything that has to happen, McDaniels has got to go. But I'm not like, fire the GM, fire the coach. Bring in an interim head coach for the time being. Fire the GM in the offseason because his drafting has been atrocious.
Right.
But I don't know if you can sit there and say and look at the football team, get rid of the coach when he hasn't had a healthy team. If you can't win with a fully healthy team, with a team that your general manager has built, then I think people have to go.
Then you got
but
it. Yeah.
Like how many, like if veterans aren't coming to meetings, then obviously the coaching staff has got to, like, somebody's got to come in there and change all that. It can't just be Tua saying, right. Or like, oh my God. Like, I never really bought into the whole culture thing for the longest time until here, when Adam Lowry took over as the captain of this team, and it's completely changed everything. And there's guys having more of a voice, et cetera, et cetera. That part has changed, but there's just been such a bad culture for such a long time in Miami because of just losing is okay because there's still people who come to games. But I listen, man, I can't. The firing of everybody does not make sense. Blowing it all up does not make sense. I got buddies saying before Tyreek Hill blew up his knee, trade him, but his value is as low as it can get.
Yeah, you gotta bring him back.
He's got constantly people, ex-wives, coming at him with legal issues. You can't trade him. You can't trade Tua. Like, they're just everybody's value is so low, you're not going to get anything for them. So it just does not make sense for me to blow it all up and start all over again because it takes so long unless you get your quarterback and all that stuff like that. You've been bad. Why blow it up and make it worse for such a long time? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense at all.
It sounds like such a very similar situation to the Browns and what they might do, calling for coaches' heads and all that. You know what, Jamie, though?
Yeah.
I liked what you said. Fantasy football can make us happy. Let's go under the wire.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. We're going under the wire, Jamie, because we got injuries, baby. Oh, yeah. How about Igbuka on his injured? You got what? Now, I did read there is a chance CeeDee Lamb could be coming back. That's good. Bucky Irving out. He's not playing. It's all the guy coming out to me a little bit here. And again, this is where at this point, this is one of the thinnest waiver wires I've seen. You got Buymageddon coming up. I'm saying if you are desperate and you need all really, Jamie, what I look for is there a path for the player I'm telling you to pick up to succeed, not just dart throws? If there is, if it doesn't hit, I don't feel bad. Tez Johnson of the Buccaneers did that backflip. Here's the thing. 2 weeks ago, 4 catches on 4 targets, 59 yards, hit double digits. Off the waiver, if we can hit double-digit fantasy points, I'm happy. Last week, 1 catch, 45 yards, and a touchdown. Okay. But now we're going to be without your top guy. You're playing Detroit, which could turn into a shootout. You also have New Orleans coming up. Tez Johnson available in 99% of Yahoo leagues.
Yeah.
So he's going to be – that might be a chance with some bye weeks coming up.
But here's the thing too, buddy. Like 1 catch and 1 touchdown, right? That's the hard part. And outside of that amazing video of him thinking he was getting the MVP chance, that was like worth him. Good. So that's the hard part. So here's another thing too. Your ex-boy Baker Mayfield.
Oh, my
God. Yeah. He is not getting enough MVP conversation right now. And I hate the conversations. Like, we're only 6 weeks in. We should not be talking about the MVP. I can't stand that stuff.
He looks like it.
Because you can, but he does look like it. Like, he takes that vicious hit, that throw to Tez Johnson for the touchdown, and gets up and gets right back in the face of the guy that hit him illegally.
Oh,
I would go to war with Baker Mayfield all day long.
Browns fans wanted to until they traded him. They screwed him and brought in that bum Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Horrible.
So I'm not trying to bury on that one, but I mean, he has to throw the fact that he's putting up numbers with receiver 1, 2 out. Ibuka's going to be out this week. He was been a tremendous, like a revelation as a rookie. And I traded for him in many, many leagues beforehand. But now he's got to throw to somebody, and Cade Otton's got to be that guy. Like Tez Johnson may be the sexy guy, but we don't know much about him. But Cade Otton's a guy who's going to he's got to lean on it. Somebody's got to catch the ball from this guy.
And he did it last year.
And he did, yes.
Right?
He has produced.
Jamie, we're looking at here. I'm looking here. Back-to-back weeks. 6 targets, 5 catches last week, 51 yards, 10.1 fantasy points. Week before, 4 catches, 5 targets, 81. We're already seeing that uptick from a very slow start to the season.
Yes.
That is a great pickup, and he is rostered in just 12% of leagues. So the tight end group that is super thin, Cade Otton makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the tight end again this year. Like I can't stand that we have to start a tight end every week. That drives me crazy because it's so
Put an
thin.
extra flex.
It just I know most leagues go with this, and I know every team has a tight end, but it's just so ridiculously thin at that position. And you hear this guy's going to break out. Like, I can't even believe people draft Kyle Pitts anymore. Like that. My Lord!
5 years I've been waiting for this guy.
I know. I stopped drafting him 2 years ago, but every time somebody drafts, I laugh at them. I send memes all the time. because he's a joke. Like
enjoy him on your bench. Enjoy that.
Right. And if he's so athletic and so gifted, and you've had two different coaches, how come they're not getting him the football? But I know you have Bijan, I know you have Drake London, but if he's so good and so special, you find a way to get him the ball. He is not at all what we were sold.
No.
On that one. See, Atlanta went it all wrong too. I know they're having some success now, but the fact they grabbed Bijan so high, and I know he's turning out, but there's still there's just so many holes in what they do. And I know they got Michael Penix this year, but I would have done it another way.
Been up and down. Yeah.
Yeah.
And another tight end I like, AJ Barner, Seattle, hit double digits again for another week. I called him out last week to pick up, calling it again. Jamie, the top pickup this week, I think, at running back, we went to last week in LA with the Chargers.
Yeah.
Hassan Haskins or Kamani Vidal. Well, I said Haskins because he was on the main roster. He was first on the depth chart.
And a much bigger back.
Much bigger back. We were told he was going to get first targets. Jamie, what happens?
The reverse.
Yes. So Kamani Vidal is rostered in 32% of leagues. And I would say if you got Fab and you need a running back, at this point, there's no dump it. Just go for Vidal. It's Hampton's going to be out a couple more weeks. It's you might as well. But Jamie, the frustrating part is it could easily go back to Haskins with no rhyme or reason this week.
Right. Because Jim Harbaugh hates fantasy football. That's why, man. It's just like it's so it's unbelievable. Because I remember there was that whole conversation after Hampton went down. Okay, go out and get Haskins, but kind of Vidal, watch him a little bit because, like you said, he's getting first team touches.
Yeah.
Which is what you're paying attention to if you're any wizard of fantasy football, and then you get totally screwed over. Vidal has always been that kid that is a playmaker when he gets the ball in his hands, and that's why they draft him to make plays. Now, I did not think in a million years, because I had him earlier. I had him on my roster. I'm like, When they drafted Hampton, I'm like, it's over. I don't want no third-string running back on my roster. And now all of a sudden, injuries later, we're talking about Kamani Vidal. So good for him.
Boy.
Love the comeback story.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes, man.
But you do have to go out and grab. You do have to go spend some money on him for sure.
You gotta go grab him. Quinshon Judkins, he's probably not available, but if you can trade for him after a down week, maybe make an offer because he is still an absolute stud.
Right.
You mentioned possibly Noah Fant as like a deeper dive on tight ends with Gesicki and Tanner Hudson in concussion protocol. I'm not excited about it. Calvin Ridley also out. Here's a pickup for me. Tennessee fired. Jamie, what do we always see? Coach gets fired. Next game, everybody's up.
Everybody plays better.
I got the guy for you, and it is, I'm going to make sure I get his name spelt correctly here. Yes, because I can't pronounce his name, but I got him on my bench in 2 leagues already. Elik Ayamaner, rookie.
Canadian.
Is he Canadian?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, true story.
Well, there you go. Where's he from? Do you know? Toronto?
Got to be Ontario. That
wow.
Yeah.
Well,
so
heck, that's a nice little.
Manor, yeah.
That's a nice trip. So here's the thing. We saw him pop week 2 and 3 nicely. 4 catches, both touchdowns.
Right.
Then the bottom fell out in Tennessee. Right. Still great a connection with Cam Ward. And I think if we're going to see a bump up, roster in just 25% of leagues, this is the week. If you need help, it is against New England, which is scary. But that's the week you bring him back in. If you need help on the bye week.
Right.
Bills and Ravens are out.
Because New England's a great example of why coaching is so important in the National Football League. Like, it's just everything that makes sense. You have these players, but if you have bad coaching, which they did last year in Tennessee, last 2 years, but I'm sorry, in New England.
New England, yeah.
2 years ago, yes. That's what happens. Now you bring in the right guy, who's obviously the former coach of the Tennessee Titans. So it just, to me, there's nothing more important in football than coaching. And we get a great example of how things are turning around with the New England Patriots, as disgusting as it is. But they have their guy in Drake May.
Keyshawn Booty.
They have a great offensive line. Yeah.
Nice pickup.
Yeah, Booty. I can't even believe. I remember him being popular week 2 or 3, and now he's popular again. So run out and get him because
against
Drake
that
May,
Tennessee defense.
Drake May is
real deal.
Drake May. Yeah. And if you really go and get the Patriots defense special teams if you need to, because Tennessee is just that target. That's that streamer if you want. If you don't
9% rostered for Booty, not because he has the 2 touchdowns last week. He's not going to get that every week, we know, but he's got some target shares popped in week 1. So there's a chance as well that he could pick apart that Tennessee defense. Jamie, we got to go, brother. Tell people where they can find you, check out your work, and sponsor the check-in, somebody.
Right. Yeah, every Winnipeg Jet game day, we got the check-in with Sarah Lesky and I. We have great guests, man. Like, it's been awesome that way. Obviously, with StreamYard, who does a great job. They're just so easy to do these things now, which is disgusting, considering all the work that was put into television nowadays. But Jamie Thomas TV is my Twitter site. I do not have anything else. I don't have TikTok or stuff like that. That's for the Jets to decide on that one. Yeah. I know. Until they tell me, and I'm dumb.
Until they tell you have to dance.
Yeah, that's right. I do the TikToks, Andy.
Just do the ticking and the talking. Yeah,
I do that for sure. The talk tick. But anyways, at Jamie Thomas TV, Winnipeg Jets coverage day in and day out, and we'll never yell about my Miami Dolphins in public. And go Dodgers, buddy.
I love you. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll talk soon.
Okay, buddy. All the best.
There he goes, Jamie Thomas. Dolphins apologist. I like good work there, producer Jimmy, putting that up. Dolphins apologist. I love it. Folks, quick bet before we hit the road here. Baker Mayfield MVP money. You can get plus 430 right now, I believe, still, last I checked, on DraftKings Sportsbook. Baker's playing out of his mind. I would get him today. Also, college football. Heisman Mendoza out of Indiana. He's like the 3rd favorite. Again, plus money, plus 430, I think. Go get yourself some Mendoza out of Indiana for the Heisman. Those 2 guys, boom, like that. Hey, Buka still, great opportunity to jump in on him for Rookie of the Year as well. So some future bets you can look on there. But hey, guys, we're going already in the NFL here. We're already in, week 7? Yeah, Bills and Ravens on bye. Week 7. It's coming up soon, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football. First down fireworks, anytime TD rushes, and live bets that ride every momentum shift. At DraftKings, every play is your next shot to win. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's code SICKSPORts to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
There you go, people. Get your DraftKings Sportsbook. And let's get ready for Browns Dolphins. Someone's got to win. I'll tell you my early pick already is the Dolphins because the Browns can't score. You got 9 points. Double digits is an extreme measure. Can't reach 20. So there's my early pick for you. Browns 2.5-point favorite somehow. In any case, we'll be back live Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. Joe Madden will be joining me for the Parlay Party Ultimate Betting Ticket. Get your fantasy football questions in. Use hashtag AskAndy. You put it in the live chat on the Sunday morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern. So subscribe, notifications on. Send it early on Twitter, on X, at SickPodBrowns, at AndyMC81, Instagram, at AndyMC Sports. That's where you'll get my post-game instant reactions as well. Big thanks to Jamie Thomas, to producer Jimmy. I'm Andy Mack. We'll see you Sunday. And as always, go Browns.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Andy McNamara on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.